You're watching the Tesla Life, live with your host, Mark Coughlin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tesla Life number 429, I think it is. Yeah.
Well, we'll get that fixed.
There we go. Boom. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And with me, as always, my co-host, we have Mr. Casey Green joining us from the Mid-Atlantic East Coast.
There's
How are
Lee.
you today, sir?
Doing all right. How y'all doing? How's this audio? Is it doing the underwater?
Yeah, it's not
good
on the audio at all.
So let me turn it off and back on, and then we're all set.
Okay. And over to Patrick, joining us from the West Coast. How are you today, sir?
I am good. I'm loving the fall weather. This just like spring and fall are the best. It's when it's not too hot. We get lots of sun, so the AC is not running that much. So lots of kilowatts flowing. It's awesome. It's great times here.
Excellent, excellent. Casey, let's try that audio again.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. How's it? No.
No.
Oh, let me make sure it's using the right source. Here it is. No, it's not.
And then last weekend, while Casey's working on that, we had our Drive Electric Month event. That was cool. I got to see Mr. Brian White from Futuraza was there. I got to be his opening act in the presentations. I went right before Brian. Good times.
There we go. Now
There we go.
Yeah.
Much better.
Much better, much better.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey, there was a burger joint there I think you would have liked. It's called Face Plant.
Oh.
And it's a plant-based... they have plant-based shakes and plant-based burgers and plant-based nuggets. And, I don't know. It's a funny name for a restaurant. Face Plant.
Put those plants in your face.
Well,
I like
let's Casey, how is the weather in your neck of the woods?
Right now we're sitting at 81 degrees, Fred, outside, and it was rather moderate. It was light breeze. I liked it.
Good.
Nice.
It's almost fall though, because
yeah, it's almost fall. We're going through a bit of what we used to call an Indian summer. I don't know if you guys ever heard that term.
Oh yeah.
But we get a few cool nights, and all of a sudden there's like a few hot days that follow. So
yeah, that's what we had.
We're right back into the swing of hot. And tomorrow is going to be hot and humid, so we're not out of it yet. A few more days of it, and then more towards fall type weather, or starting to be fall type weather.
Equinox is coming.
Yes,
4 days away.
Exactly. Well, let's take a look at the news, and we're going to start with some Cybertruck updates.
Oh yeah,
We've got some information about the rear-wheel drive Cybertruck, the $10,000 off variant that came out a few months ago, and it's
one that not even Cybertruck fans liked.
right.
It's done. Tesla's going to stop producing it. There was not much of an uptake on it because.
Because they didn't show the value, and so anybody who was interested in it didn't want it. Even as Patrick said, even the worst of the Tesla shills would have told you that I can't really excuse this thing. Why? What? I mean, the price drop, yes, that's nice, but what you pulled out to get that price drop was not what the customers were looking for. I mean, yeah, cloth seats instead of leather seats, fine. Remove the ventilated seats, that's fine. Kind of, sort of on removing the rear screen, but not having the vaults is pretty daggum stupid. It's a key feature of the truck. The air suspension, I know that's a little more expensive. They probably could have tried to keep that on. Removing all the bays and cubbies and everything from the back. Come on. You could have just left it exactly the same mold, and there would be wasted space under there. Fine, but to make a new mold without the smuggler's cove and without the cutouts for the outlets, come on, guys.
Yeah, they either had to drop the price another $10,000 or do what they did and just say, "Okay, this isn't working." Yeah,
if they did it by 20, that would have been kind of in line with what people were expecting from that vehicle.
Exactly.
If you had it for like 49, wherever they had the original one for, even with smaller battery instead of having the the longest range, potentially Cybertruck, then you could have said, "Hey, this is a work truck. Stop your complaining. Your boss doesn't like it if you have all this stuff on the truck anyway. Here's the Model 3 original screen, and
Right.
and just like everything they could do to just wring out cost and make it like a vinyl seated. Well, I mean, not that they aren't already vinyl seated, but the bad vinyl with the vinyl floor and
cheap vinyl. Yes.
yeah, exactly. And then oh yeah, this is just the construction company's truck. I can live with that. It's gonna get muddy and cementy anyway. But not what the way they put it was like the Model 3 long range. This was not a Cybertruck long range. This was a punishment mobile for the amount of money that they took off, for the amount of features they took off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the public has spoken. Like nobody was buying it, obviously, and they got to the point where they said, "Why are we even offering this anymore?
Yeah.
It's obviously a lemon that nobody wants. Let's get rid of it." And they continue to struggle with the pricing of this truck. We've talked about this before. That obviously they want to make a certain profit on the vehicle. There are some more expensive parts that are in this vehicle than what was originally outlined, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, when they started to talk about this. But they're still not at a price point that's going to make this thing sell in volume. And unfortunately, they're going to have to give this another round of trying to figure this out. I agree. If they had to drop that price by $20,000 and pushed it into a $49,900 type scenario, they could have sold it. But obviously, there's not enough profit in it to do that, or there's just or they don't want to do it. One or the other. But I'm believing it's number one. To get it down by $20,000. But that's certainly where they're sitting now, is that this is an incorrectly priced vehicle for the market that it's in.
Yeah. And
they're going to have to still correct it. Otherwise, they're going to have a problem with volume forever with this vehicle. They've got to be able to figure this out, redesign something. Maybe they can restructure some things to get the cost down. But they have to do something, and the price does have to come down, and still offer a competitive value for the money that they're charging.
Yeah. I don't think they're quite yet in the range where they have to try their alternative design. But if they change nothing, then they're gonna approach that point where they'll have to do that. But right now, there's still a market for it if they play their cards right. And it didn't help, that we had. The spokesperson get involved in upsetting everybody on all sides of the political spectrum, and a number of other things, including the truck was decontented from what they showed us, and smaller and more expensive with less range, and then they canceled the range extender. A bunch of fumbles that they took with this rollout and launch of this product, but nothing that they can't recover from. But they're going to have to consult with some folks who are decent with marketing. And I'm not saying buy ads on the TV. I'm just saying that get some folks that know how to talk to people, especially truck people, because you've got a solid truck and it's got some nice features that folks would appreciate. And some of them we'll see talking about later, like in the lifetime of the vehicle, but some of it right up front. And there's an opportunity, and I'd like to see them succeed in it, but time will tell if they play the cards right.
Yep. And that's where we sit with it. So that one's off the table, and that leads right into our next story, which is they've opened up a new market. The Cybertruck will be becoming available to the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, shortly. So
one of the political sides he knows not to mess with, like China.
Right. So they will be getting it in the order books, and there's going to be a boost of sales in that country. We've got some people with some large wallets there that tend to buy the top of the line vehicles. And we're going to see it in their police forces and things of that nature. But this is not a solution that's going to last forever. You're going to get a group a community of people that are going to be buying it to be first on the block. That they're going to be buying it because it's a status symbol, and of course that country is a status country based on everything you see there. So it'll be the flavor of the month, and you'll have a whole bunch of people getting in line at it, and they'll be showing it off on social media and such. But again, the market is not huge, and it's not limitless. So you're going to eat into that quite quickly, and then you're going to kind of be in the situation that you were here in North America, where the initial group that wanted it immediately is over. You've got the next group of people that wanted it and just waiting for it, and then after that, it kind of dried up.
Well, my guess is that the UAE is just going to be their foothold into all the Gulf Coast countries, the whole Middle East region. So I don't know if they're currently selling in Saudi Arabia and other places, but if they're in UAE, they're going to go to Kuwait and Abu Dhabi and all these other places. So I think this is the first shoe to drop of several.
Yeah, and they're not going to have an issue like they are in Europe with road sizes and regulations about the size of vehicles and such. That does not exist there in the Middle East. But having something that Australia is going to be another win for them, that they'll be able to have pickup trucks that are always used in Australia. But again, this pricing thing's still going to follow them. You've got people that in all these areas that will look at it and go, you know what, I would entertain it, but it's just a bit out of my price range for what it is.
So I think that we're going to see two things happen with this. Here in the States, with the tax credit going away, that's another reason they don't need that base model anymore, is because other than that one, no Cybertruck qualified. And maybe it was just to get you, you can get the credit on this, but do you want that truck? No, I'll pay $10,000 just to get out of it. So you're actually paying $20,000 because you lost the sales tax credit, and then you also but in the UAE, it's going to be exactly like you said. It's going to be all the people who are woo-woo look at me. So you're going to see a smattering of Foundation Series, Cyber Beasts, and then you're going to see and then you're going to see a bunch of either the just straight up base model for folks who really don't know cars and really don't care, or the dual motor for folks that want to get the one that looks like the expensive one but don't want to spend all the money. And then what we're going to see after that, if they play their cards right from there, this is a vehicle that's suited for the area. So we could see it continue to sell. And again, the same sort of mix of not necessarily Foundation Series anymore, but Cyber Beast versus just the rear axle, because they appreciate four-wheel drive there. You don't necessarily need it all the time there, just like anywhere else where four-wheel drive is popular. But just like areas of the country here where four-wheel drive is not just popular but also actually useful, they've got the same sorts of drivers who are actually going to leave the tarmac. And then Australia is going to look more like us, but more expensive because their money is. We make fun of Mark's money, call it loony, but whoa, it's that down under money.
And Lee Moon in the chat room, yes, we know that Casey might be a little bit close every once in a while, but as you see, he's got a baby attacking him all the time. So I am just happy he can still communicate and hear us at this point. So if he blows out every once in a while, I'm okay with that, because if you're watching the punishment he's taking on air, it's incredible.
Dad of the year.
Thank you.
And it's kind of interesting that so the UAE is going to get it on their configurator shortly, probably maybe even by as early as next week, and then there are going to be a few more markets. Australia, as we mentioned. Can you guys think of another market that is not a problem in getting the Cybertruck because of size regulations or road sizes outside of Europe? Is there anything else? Is there any need?
Yes,
oh my gosh, she's taking the mic now.
I would say New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay. Now basically Australia, but separate country. Yep.
I think islands that get service through them, like the Polynesian and stuff. I would say them.
I wonder if
like American Samoa.
I wonder if the EV capital of the world, Norway, has any interest in pickup trucks.
They have this F-150 Lightning, so I don't know why the Cybertruck isn't already there.
Oh, that'd be a
Yeah.
good market.
Yeah.
So they must be again. They're under the EU, so maybe there are regulations that they have to abide by as well. Not sure, but there's a few markets left for it that there won't be an issue getting it in. But
there's a huge one, but they're under sanctions right now.
Yeah. But it is going to be difficult until we can get some pricing down. And again, you do that through volume. And if you're not producing the volume, it's hard to justify it. I get that, but you may have to take a lot less profit in order to get the volume up so that you can get the parts down. So,
or maybe batch them like, hey, this is a Cybertruck quarter and next quarter is not. So if you don't have it, you get leftovers. And then, it's Christmas time. It's Cybertruck quarter again.
Yeah. But I got to believe that they've gone through the modeling of this. They know exactly where they need to be or could get to. And I think they're just in a bit of a bind when it comes to the numbers. They're just not working out. If they were to take a little bit less here, and I think that the original rear-wheel drive offering that they made was them trying to get there, and it just was not compelling enough to get people to buy it for the price.
Yeah, but in that case, they should have just done rear-wheel drive, just like they do the rear-wheel drive Model 3, take some speakers out, keep the price as high as they need to, or be willing to put some of those marketing dollars into the truck rather than around the truck. And then put it where it is. Like, hey, don't just go, it needs to be 10K less, and then just take out stuff that people want on the car. It's very easy to find out what people want on the vehicle before you remove it. And then once people speak, do your Tesla thing and just start making rolling changes to the line. You don't have to cancel it. I mean, people love a rear-wheel drive truck with all of the features. And yeah, you have less towing capacity, but that's not a huge trade-off for a lot of folks, especially with an electric truck. And so if it was $5,000 cheaper, just like the Model 3 and Model Y rear-wheel drive, just $5,000 and change, fine, it would sell more, and it would cost them less, and there's less atoms in the vehicle, so everybody wins. It's just not a magic 10K less. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the next one, and this is kind of interesting. Tesla has added a 7-year warranty to 2026 models for propulsion system. They've added the 7-year warranty. Now, the warranty was previously
unlimited.
It was unlimited. Okay, so now we're at 7 years. So that was obviously done a little quiet. Just it was updated, and that's all there is to it. I wonder if for the Model Y, if that was affecting things. Was that affecting things that, like the Model Y has been out now for not 7 years.
Right.
It's been out for 5. So I wonder why they've limited the warranty on that, because man, having an unlimited warranty on the system was certainly an eye catcher when it came to people not sure if EVs could make it in in this world. Having an unlimited warranty on some of these things was eye catching. It was something that people would jump on.
Yeah, but they stopped that pretty early on. The 2012 Model S all the way up through the last of the brethren of my Model X, they had the unlimited warranty, unlimited powertrain, limited battery, and for 8 years. I used it on both cars. And then they switched to, 8 years, 100,000, which is interesting because the hybrids in California were initially 10 years and then 8 years everywhere else, 100,000 everywhere else, and 110, 120 California. And then for some reason, the Nissan Leaf and the Tesla Model S didn't have to abide by that. And I don't know if they changed the ruling or what, or if it was only for hybrids. But then the 8 years, 100,000 was pretty cool. And then they dropped it even lower than that. But now it's at 7. So That seems
Actually,
like
so I'm reading this article here, and so this says that the vehicles have an 8-year warranty for critical components to the EV and this extends that warranty. The new 7-year warranty specifically covers a long list of expensive parts that are outside of what's covered by the 8-year warranty.
Okay,
so this
because the
includes
8-year is just the motor and battery, because they were very specific on that.
Yes, and so there's a whole lot of things that you need for the car to work besides the motor and batteries, right?
So this is a powertrain warranty they brought up?
This covers the power conversion system assembly, the power conversion assembly, inlet and outlet hoses, auxiliary harness assembly, high voltage fast charging connector assembly, high voltage systems controller, front and rear half shaft assemblies, which I've had some problems with those, front, right, and left electrical harness assemblies, super manifold assembly, cooling fan assembly, and radiator. So it sounds like this is stuff that would have been not explicitly covered under the existing 8-year warranty.
That's all stuff I had done under warranty, regular warranty.
Right. How long was if it wasn't
so
under the 8?
You had 5 years, 50,000.
Right. So the stuff that was 5-year 50 is now 7-year. And actually, so the repairs well after the basic vehicle warranty has expired. The basic vehicle warranty is 50,000 miles or 4 years.
Oh, 4 now. Okay.
Yeah. So this adds a new class. So there was before they only had 2, right? There was the powertrain 8-year and then the basic 4-year. This puts
the bumper to bumper.
Yeah, in the middle for some of these parts.
So this is a step up then?
Yes. Okay. These parts are getting a step up from the 4-year 50,000 mile.
Okay, then that's a better deal than I thought it was. That I thought that it was going the other way. So that's good. To have that medium or in the middle type thing with those added systems that weren't covered previously. But Casey, you mentioned that you had you've come across some of those particular items that you've replaced under your 4-year.
Yeah, I had the half shafts done on both vehicles, even though they said Model S wasn't affected by it. The upper control arms, I got one they paid for and one I paid for. And I don't know how, because they were on the same car, same day, but whatever.
That's weird.
Yeah. And then I had the window regulator. I had to pay for that. But thankfully, their prices for parts are usually not out of control. And 2 batteries, one on each car. The rear motor on the X, not because it had failed, but because it was going to fail. It had the large rear drive unit coolant leak issue. And a bunch of batteries, little batteries. So I think I had to pay for all of those, even though a lot of people get them at no charge. A driver's seat on the Model S. A mirror on the Model S, but that wasn't a defect. That was when they were in there doing something else. They hit the mirror and tried to charge me $30 for it, and then took it off.
I remember when ordering my 3 that I was impressed about the 4-year bumper to bumper. Because most car manufacturers
336
3-year bumper to bumper, and you got an extra year with Tesla, and I thought that was a bit of an insurance for somebody buying an electric car for the first time.
Yeah, because they were 336 and 560 or 460 depending on the manufacturer, and so for Tesla to do their extended warranty as the base warranty was kind of like, look at this, we got this. Yeah.
And I have to say, knock on wood, that things have been pretty good on my Model 3 now for 7.5 years, roughly. So, yes, both upper control arms went. One was paid by them, one was paid by me. And, I've had a door hinge go, and another door hinge is starting to get... to a point where I'm going to have to think about replacing it at some point. Yeah. But pretty good at this point. I've got a little bit now after that amount of time. I've got a little bit of corrosion, paint peeled back, on the front driver's side tire where it meets the main body. So you've got some peel back on the rocker up there. And on the other side, I noticed it's starting to go a little bit, but it's not, with the door skins, of course, being aluminum, most of it is not rusting. It's just that it's peeled some of that paint off. And it's bubbled a little bit. That paint is going to have to be cleaned up. Going to have to do something with it. But other than those things, it's been pretty rock solid when it comes to repairs under warranty.
Yeah. Oh, 6 door handles on the Model S, even though it only has 4 doors. That was fun. Those were all under warranty.
Yeah, obviously not at the same time.
Pretty close sometimes.
Not all 6.
No, not all 6 at the exact same time. Absolutely no. That would draw some accountants to the car. What's going on here? So I guess that's two drive units for me then, because the replacement drive unit that didn't use coolant failed immediately, and so then they replaced that one too.
Look at Lee's comment here. This is a good with Juniper coming out. That is a model year 2026, but it sounds like this new warranty doesn't apply until calendar year 2026, or maybe it applies starting now. I'm not sure.
Oh, they have some 26 model years on the ground, so maybe.
Yeah, right. If you have a 2026 official model year, it counts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Oh,
sold under the 2026 model year. That's what the article says. So,
yep.
Yeah, if you have the new Y, it sounds like you do get this additional warranty coverage.
Yep. Oh, the ultrasonic sensors in the door on the Model X, those were under warranty. And a door adjustment to each door. And the collar to the latch to the door, the Falcon door, I don't know if we split that one or if they covered it. And some paint patches, covers. It's a Fabergé egg. I'm not complaining about the thing. It's 8 years old almost, and I'm happy with it.
Sounds like I've been pretty lucky. The only thing we really had done on our 3 was the rear camera. They replaced the harness. There was a recall for that, and ours would sometimes just black out. So it was nice that got fixed for free.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Lee, if it's going to show up later on your car, or if it's only 26s after the announcement. That's typically how they'll do these things, but Tesla's been a little weird, and sometimes they'll go back and they'll say, hey, here's some stuff you didn't order, but we're going to give it to you anyway. And everybody likes it when they do that.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe it'll show up in the app in a week or two. But,
yeah, I had someone else reach out on Twitter and said it wasn't showing on their 26 either. So there is some confusion about what is the start date, and maybe they have to go backwards and update people that are 26 model years but it hasn't shown yet.
Yeah, so. if you bought the car since the announcement and it doesn't show, then I would raise a stink. If you bought the car before the announcement, I would just wait and see and cross your fingers that it shows up. Because remember, if you bring it to Elon, he can be like, well, if the price went down, are you going to write me a check? So he's not wrong, but his delivery sucks.
Exactly. You wouldn't want to meet that guy in the sales office. Next, Giga Berlin. Although sales have been somewhat mixed in Europe, we've had some ups, we've had some downs. Berlin is adding some additional work hours and shifts, and they're going to be, again, they're only making one car. That's the new Model Y. And they are going to be making more of them because of some exports.
Nice.
And one of the exports is, of course, to here in Canada. It's they're rolling into the port of Halifax. We saw that last week, and they will continue to do so. We're only getting one variant of the Model Y at this point. That, of course, is the dual motor variant. But there is a performance being made in Germany now, and there's also a rear-wheel drive that's being made. So we're hoping, got our fingers crossed, that those 2 extras will start to come via Berlin as well here to Canada. And of course, that will help Berlin produce even more. So not sure if there's anybody else that's actually getting it. And Canada, let's be honest, it's not a huge market. We're only like about 10% of what the U.S. does, but we're a nice add-on. It's something that they're certainly not going to sneeze at. But
It's worth the ship ride.
It's
what an ad for Canada. We're nothing to sneeze at.
But it's
we're nothing to sneeze at, but we'd like some of them new Teslas, eh? Don't you know?
The question will be is can Germany or will Germany pick up as well with normal European need? Is that going to, because we've had a mixed bag, we've had a number of countries that dropped off, and we've had other places like, the Norway and others that are still running strong. We've heard about Y updates from China that they can't keep them on the shelves. They're actually selling out ahead of time. Like, for example, the new Model Y Long is completely sold out for this month. They have no more, so all the delivery dates are being pushed into November, December. So obviously, and there is a pinch there. They're making a newer car. There's the line's got to figure it all out. People, parts, all that stuff has got to change a little bit. So they're not up to complete speed when it comes to that one car, even though they're being built on the same line as the regular. But there is a modification going on. There is a change going on. So people have to get used to it to get that speed up again. But it is a good sign that they're selling out what they have. So they're selling as many as they can make. So I would think that maybe if the Long makes it to Europe, to Giga Berlin, that can help spur some people buying. There could be a number of people that are kind of hanging back going, I think the Long is coming. We've seen it in Berlin. We've heard people talk about it. It's probably coming, so I'm going to hang back a little bit at this point and see what happens.
If you go into the configurator now, Mark, is that one variant all that is available to you in Canada?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, in the Canadian
configurator,
there's only one model available. Yeah.
Which is it? The long range?
No, it's the
dual motor.
Dual motor,
yeah.
long range, all wheel drive. Dual motor, long range. They switched them around at some point in the middle. Yeah. I think
so. And I got to think that's a play on Tesla as well, saying, you know what, we got a bunch of bent up demand for Model Y in Canada. The price had gotten out of hand because of the tariffs. A lot of people were holding back. So you know what, maybe for the first quarter, we're just offering the dual, and many people will pick it up because they've been dying to get a hold of it at a reasonable price. So
you're just a fancy Singapore, my friend. You get more color choices than they do.
There you go.
I think the dual motor is a good choice, especially
up there.
Not that rear wheel's bad, but in the snow, it's much better than ice rear wheel. But still, 4-wheel drive seems like a pretty good idea.
It is, but I have to say, with my rear wheel drive Model 3, that with a set of snow tires on it, the traction control is amazing on that vehicle, and I can't believe that the Y would be any different.
Yeah.
So don't let that dissuade you, but yes, it'd be nice to have the extra motor. Yes, absolutely. All-wheel drive is nice and would be useful in many cases.
Yeah. I'm curious how this will all play out. I think that the L that they might see forcing function pushing that more than they had anticipated. Not just the outrage that the folks found out when it wasn't coming to the States before a year at the earliest, if ever. But when you tell them it's just a long train ride away to get it in their factory, or even just to ship them from China to there, assuming that their country hasn't tariffed China. Even if they want to do just trial balloons, I think that they'll find that vehicle will be more popular than they have calculated for.
Yeah, it would be really good in the robotaxi fleet.
Yeah, it would, because who wouldn't want some extra legroom while you're being chauffeured? The other thing with it is, depending on how it's engineered, if it's the same rear casting, like obviously it's gonna be longer, but like if all the changes are on the casting, then it might not be as difficult to implement on the line or this is where they go unboxed, and then it won't really make a difference that it's slightly different than the existing Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could very well be. And I think this is semantics too. Like every time you throw a new thing into the mix, you're going to have a slowdown. You're going to have people getting used to it. You're going to have, adjustments that have to happen. And that's just the way it is in the automotive industry. With any industry, actually, it's just something that you have to work through those issues and get back to a new normal.
Yep.
So Casey, I was concerned that you were just holding the baby up to the open window, but I realized that is a backdrop. That's not a real window.
Well, her mom is on the other side of the window in the backdrop.
There we go.
There we go. She was making Miyamoto fresh cookies, so that's why it was.
Nice.
And some of you might saw I gave her some cookie, but it was not enough to appease her. She's like, I smell cooking, and it's got to be for me. Where's my baby food? Because she eats fresh. We cook it up and then blend it up, and if you have anything in yours, then you don't let her taste it, even if it's not something a baby should have. You'll have to pay for it.
You can always do the switcheroo and make her think she's getting it.
I haven't tried that yet. She's learned what level of spicy she likes, so she won't ask for too much spicy. But obviously, thankfully, it helps that I'm a teetotaler, so I haven't had to figure out how to. All right, let's switch the drink out now. Here's some cranberry juice. Oh, I don't like cranberry.
Speaking of a switcheroo, that's a good segue because we wanted to show a little video that we were sharing on our Twitter feed at the Tesla Life, and of course, we believe that this might be the first sighting of the SpaceX package in actual real life.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
We'll show this
on the Roadster.
No, I didn't know any other vehicle with a SpaceX package.
No, you didn't. This was kind of interesting that
oh yes,
we had a launch over a freeway. So they'll show it again here. It's buffering for whatever reason at this point, but there it is.
Wow.
those do look like cold thrusters, aren't they?
They do.
The trail is.
What was that a GM sedan?
That's obviously the mule that Tesla's using.
Yeah,
oh, you got me, Mark. You got me.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious when I saw that.
Clever.
That's good. That's a good one. Oh man, crazy.
Yeah, there's a story there.
There definitely is a story there.
A series of mistakes.
Someone followed the GPS a little bit too close. Oh my goodness. Next. We kind of worked this story already in with the Model Y being sold out in China already through October. And we've seen a lot of videos of people taking the cars from the factory, getting them from their particular showroom, and man, people are loving it. Like just the long factor, not a whole lot longer, but that extra room is yeah, that's right, Lee. Cold gas thrusters. That's why it was a dark cloud. Exactly. But the Model Y is being quite successful there in China, and again, it'll be interesting to see if they will push that over to North America and Europe as well. And my suspicion is it will happen, but no one wants to say it because, of course, they don't want the Osborne effect. They don't want people to be waiting and not buying and affecting numbers that are already affected. So they much rather things just go on at a normal pace.
Well, then they need to follow Apple and Samsung with the simultaneous worldwide launch. You're a tech company. Give it the program. You're not a car company. This is interesting. Is autopilot not free? Like AutoSteer not free in China? Because every single Model Y L I've seen driving over there has been either off-centered in the lane or going over the lines, like a human is driving it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't really take that in. That you think that they're not really centered in the lane. From
The
what
ones
you've seen.
the ones I've seen have been over the paint or not. It's clearly not running on the same version of autopilot, auto steer that the rest of us have, based on where it is in the lane and not having any visible obstructions in the lane that we'd be trying to avoid. Or are they more skeptical of it over there than here, and they just don't turn it on if it is there for free?
I don't know. If we have any viewers in the area or knows a little bit more about it for that region of the world, let us know in the comments. We'd like to see that. But
Or maybe I've seen a whole bunch of them and they just weren't calibrated yet or something. I don't know. Just because I've been seeing them doesn't mean it's that way. It's just I've seen too many of them to not ask the question.
Yeah, interesting. Not sure if that would be the case or not. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do get it to the other countries and how quickly that will happen or how not quickly that will happen. It's going to be interesting to see that.
I like Lee's joke. Coal gas thrusters, not cold. Coal. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the back of that car.
A lot of smoking. Yep.
Yeah, that's funny, Lee. If we have another minute, I've got some breaking news here.
Go ahead.
Breaking news.
Yeah, while we've been doing this show, Tesla has been busy sending forms to the SEC for the upcoming shareholder meeting. And so we, as shareholders, should be getting these soon, but they have to send them to the SEC first, and those filings are all public. So if you want to see stuff, a little preview, you can just sign up on ir.tesla.com on their investor website, and you can subscribe to all these emails that they send to the SEC. And
they send a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Put a filter on at the source.
Yeah. So here, let me see if I can share it. Share screen. And which screen do I want? No.
Although maybe you
this one.
can do with Executive A buys and sells their option years.
Oh, wrong screen. Then maybe this will work. This one. And allow and switch. Are you seeing Optimus?
Dear fellow.
Yep.
Dear fellow.
Okay.
Hey, fella.
Dear fellow shareholder, yes. So the annual meeting's coming up. It'll be November 6th. And there's some important things to vote for as a shareholder in this meeting, including Musk's new pay package. So here's the slide deck. We probably don't have time to go through it in detail, but we've talked about the master plan that's come out recently. And Musk pay package is going to be one of the things. They're talking about why he is one-of-a-kind CEO and why it's important for him to be the one leading Tesla, and why it's important to have a pay package that matches that. It's a pay for performance package. So if he doesn't meet the milestones, he gets 0 for it. And not a lot of CEOs would take a package like that. And
Yep.
some of I don't know if they have the tiers in here for the
been on that
package.
lately.
But I'm sure they will in the voting when you get your proxy material. Each item that you vote on, and there's over a dozen of them, we'll talk about each one in detail. So yeah, they always encourage you to vote. And there's lots of ways you can even vote by phone. I don't know what year it is, but I don't know why you wouldn't use the internet. But anyway, yeah. So those are.
I guess you could vote by phone with your
broker. You gotta go find that one Bell Atlantic
payphone
with the video.
At the mall, and
Yeah.
you gotta,
yeah, you can't use a cell. You have to use a landline only. And
So one thing I haven't seen them articulate very well, and hopefully, if they want to go more on than just a popularity contest, what do you get out of it? What's in it for me out of this pay package? Because
if you're a shareholder, I mean, it has market cap goals that are huge.
It does.
I mean,
it does.
It has to 8x or something to hit the highest. Yeah.
So I mean, like him or not, if this thing goes, it will increase your standing. So I'm curious if they will articulate that cleanly or not, because everything I've seen so far, not necessarily from them, but just so far, has been just focused on the total realized value. Should he hit all the milestones and collect all the shares? It's like, oh, he's going to be bigger than Apple by himself, and then that's good because this, or that's bad because that. How about if you're going to try to get us to vote on it? You say, hey, this is what's in it for you, and here's why social thing, whatever, doesn't matter. Here's why. Here's the mitigating factors because he's promised us he's not going to do this, this, and that. Whether he does or not, because Robin said, what does she say? What he does in his personal time is his own, which is a fair stance in a way, but
yeah,
there are other CEOs who do have to mind what they do in their personal time.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of some of the things that he posts, but as a CEO, he has done things that would have been impossible for nearly anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he has a vision, he pushes it, he can get funding, he can back things when others would have given up, and we've seen it over and over. Initially, I mean, when the Roadster's being made, no one's ever going to buy it. Okay, well, people are buying it, but it's only these few rich people in California. And now they're making the Model S. That's never going to sell. That's just a niche vehicle. Oh, it's winning awards. What? So I mean, they've done so many things. The art of the impossible, making the impossible merely late. Yeah. So yeah. And now, I agree. Now the next thing is going to be robo-taxi, cyber cabs, Optimus, and scaling. So. That sounds impossible right now, but who else could make that happen? Almost nobody else. So
he has a knack for finding what look like really bad bets, and then going all in, and being right. But not to say that he's 100%. We found items that didn't go off, but like my car and your previous ones were all built with battery swap in mind, and how many people actually got a chance to actually do that? But thankfully, they didn't sink the whole company in that, or actually they kind of did, but they were able to recover. So it's not like you've got a certain other very popular billionaire CEO who makes wild bets.
I agree that he bet heavily on certain things, but it's also good to see that they don't follow it down the rabbit hole all the way to the point of destruction.
Right, and that's what I was getting at. Did you see other billionaire CEOs that can't keep their mouth shut, that make wild bets and make big mistakes in their wild bets, and company after company?
As he had said at the launch of the Model 3, or shortly after the launch, he said, "We're never going to bet the company again on one horse."
He said that.
So I don't think they're going to. The bets aren't as big anymore because of the money that they've taken in. So they have a lot more behind them. Also, remember that with the launch of the Model 3, how many billions of dollars in debt were they at that point? Whereas now they're billions of dollars in the bank, and have no need for financing realistically, unless they want to use it as a feature, as something that benefits them. But other than that, they can self-finance forever, as far as I can see.
So the transition to the AI future, is that not a bet the company? It's just a refocusing?
So if Optimus turns out to be a huge failure, Tesla doesn't go away.
This is true.
Yeah, they've put a lot of R&D into it. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to fail, but it could fail, and they could continue to be quite successful.
If robotaxi is not the wave of the future and just turns out to be a successful Uber, then they don't go away either. It's
right.
They still have the manufacturing chops to keep making cars for personal use. It's something.
The energy business has been growing like crazy too.
Yeah, it has. So it's not a betting the company. It's just a betting the whole refocusing, and then if it doesn't work, they can just go
pivot.
Back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things that they've talked about in the past is doing home heat pumps, and
they need to do that.
And it would be awesome, but it's not a priority right now because they like to work on things that other people aren't doing or can't do. And there's a lot of companies that make heat pumps. And it would be really cool to have it integrated with your whole Tesla ecosystem, and you could have cool on solar and all these other cool features that it like if your EV starts charging, then the heat pump uses less energy, so your grid demand is lower. I mean, it could do all kinds of cool stuff, but it's not a nearly impossible thing like Optimus. So that's what he wants to focus on.
A distributed heat pump for the heat network for the house, like the octovalve in the car, would be a thing, but in North America, it's going to be hard to do, and then in the rest of the world, you've got more established buildings. That's going to be. I think they don't want to have a repeat of the Solar City situation. Go ahead, Mark.
Also, look at how is that perceived by everybody outside of Tesla. We can redesign a heat pump for a house, or we can get a robot that will follow commands and walk around and be an extra companion to you in your house and your life. Like those
easier sell, that's for sure.
Completely different scales. Completely.
Yes.
And of course that drives company value as well.
It does.
And you can charge a premium for the robot. You can't really even if it's a whole new thing with the heat pump network. You can't charge as high a premium on that as they like.
Which one's Musk going to be excited about? Which one's going to be great for recruiting top talent? And it's Optimus. Yeah.
So, well, that's for another day, and I'm sure there will be updates on that in the days to come. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it for today. Let's go with shout outs. Casey, what do you got for us?
At least Optimus can be a fan of me. So we've got our express shows at least twice a week. You can catch us right here, a couple minutes at a time on one topic and rolling on, or a bunch of small related topics, and those are fun. You can catch me on Sunday at Let's Chat with Casey and Friends over at x.com/gcustom and youtube.com/Casey Green. And who knows who stops through. It's always fun. And that's Sundays at 1:20-ish Eastern. And well, I hope to see you there, and then we'll come back live again on Wednesday.
Very good. Patrick, what do you got?
I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net. Right now I've got up there the story about my time with a Model X from 2016 to 2023. And actually, it's taken me a long time to write that article just because I didn't.
You missed the door. The front door.
I missed the X, and I'd start writing on it, and I would just I can't do this, and I would go to something else more fun. So that article is finally out. Check it out at carswithcords.net, where I write about my future free from fossil fuels. Thanks.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. We want to thank the chat room for joining us. Of course, Lee Moon, our curator of music. We thank him for that, as well as being in the chat room. Digital Blade joined us today. JT24 was in the chat and sounded off. And hey, if you're in the chat room, please send us a hello. Send us a hi from wherever you are. Just converse with us. Say, so we know you're there. That'd be great to do. So please do that in the future. Hey, you can send one right now as we're sitting here to sign off. But we really appreciate you being there. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on the video. Press that subscribe button. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything. It would be very useful for us, the small channel that we are, helping us grow and get us in front of more eyeballs. Would really appreciate that. Definitely. With that said, we will get together next time and find out what's happening in the Tesla life.
Self-presenting doors, all the things.
Test negative.